Welcome to Mariners Fan Central.
Hello, Mariners Nation. Welcome back to Mariners Fan Central. This is where I break down what's really happening inside the organization with the seriousness and facts you deserve. The MLB offseason officially begins tomorrow, and as I've been signaling to you for the past few weeks, this is shaping up to be the most important offseason for the Mariners in a decade. That feeling that something big needed to happen? Well, the information I've been gathering behind the scenes is now surfacing publicly. MLB Network insider Jon Morosi, who has very solid sources in the industry, joined Seattle Sports' Wyman and Bob show on Thursday and confirmed this exact sentiment. He stated his belief that the Seattle Mariners not only could but should use their surplus of starting pitching to address urgent roster needs. Let's look at the facts. For years, Jerry Dipoto and Justin Hollander's strategy has been clear. Find and develop as many good, young starting pitchers as possible. That strategy has been an absolute success. We have built a pitching core that is, frankly, the envy of Major League Baseball. We have an abundance of options in our rotation. We have names like Luis Castillo, Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, and Bryce Miller. Morosi even said, "We have 7 guys that you believe can start major league games." Very few teams can say the same. This is our greatest strength. However, that strength is now meeting our greatest weakness. Several crucial players are hitting free agency. I'm talking about Eugenio Suarez, our third baseman. I'm talking about Josh Naylor, our first baseman. And I'm talking about Jorge Polanco, our second baseman. This isn't a small hole in the offense. It's an abyss that must be filled. And free agency alone may not be enough to solve 3 starting infield positions. That's why Morosi said, and I quote, "I think the Mariners probably will be in a situation where they can trade one of their starters. Maybe this is the time," he continued. "It's not the first option, but trading a player to get the hitter you need might be an appropriate measure." To me, this signals a philosophical shift from the front office. The era of just hoarding pitching is over. The era of using pitching as the primary trade asset to build a championship-level team has apparently begun. What I found most critical in Morosi's analysis wasn't just what he said, but the when and the how. He got very specific about the strategy the M's front office must take, and it aligns with what I am hearing about the urgency of the situation. He said that if he were Dipoto and Hollander, he would start this process immediately at the general managers' meetings, which are just a few weeks away, well before the winter meetings in December. I'm quoting Morosi again, as this is the crucial part. If you get too far past the winter meetings, it might be hard to get full value because other teams start to fill their needs. This is chess, not checkers. He's telling Dipoto to mention the names and be pricing them out now. Basically, find out which teams are desperate for pitching and which of those teams have the infield bats 1B, 2B, 3B that we need. The Mariners, coming off a 90-win season, division title, and getting this close to the World Series, will be at the center of the hot stove league. Every team that needs a starting pitcher is going to call Seattle first. Now, let's be objective. Morosi admitted this might not be the ideal situation and that the Mariners might get hurt on perceived value because the market knows they need offense. That is the risk. Trading a Logan Gilbert, a Bryce Miller, or a Brian Wu is going to hurt. It will make us uncomfortable, but in my analysis, the risk of doing nothing is far greater. The risk of rolling into next season hoping free agency solves 3 infield positions is not how you compete for a title. The window is open now. My concise analysis is this: the strategy has shifted. The Mariners front office is being forced by their own roster construction and their free agent losses to liquidate their most precious asset, young, controllable pitching, to fill immediate offensive holes. Expect the rumors to start heating up in the next few weeks. Now, I want to hear from you, M's Nation. I know this is a tough pill to swallow. If you were in charge, which starting pitcher would you be willing to put on the trading block? And what position is the absolute priority for you? First base, second, or third? Leave your strategies and opinions down in the comments below. And as always, for more in-depth analysis, breaking news, and exclusive Mariners intel as it drops, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This is going to be one of the most active off-seasons we've ever seen.